and welcome back to part 2 of the Uncharted Drake's Fortune playthrough. This time I will not fall off the cliff and take the fall damage like the dum-dum. I'll actually traverse down the well correctly and then solve the puzzle down here to actually progress through the game properly this time. Also, we have another person in our call right now who has been properly introduced. He was always here. He just decided to speak for the first time. He consented to speaking.
And definitely did not forget that we were recording today.
No, totally.
Anyways, Josh, would you like to introduce your name?
I mean, you already just said it for me. No, I'm Josh. I wasn't here for a good majority of the first episode because I kind of forgot.
Really wet.
Yeah, that's one of those examples where like the script knows it's stupid. Exactly, it knows that the plot of the story is stupid, so they thought, let's have the character just I'm messing up the jump here a lot. Come on, there we go. Okay,
you totally just humped the wall there.
Let's just have the character just say something that's really innuendo-ish, and let's just brush it off and not acknowledge it ever again. Also, convenient explosive barrels here all over the place in this, quote, Uncharted ruins.
That did seem pretty convenient, I won't lie.
Exactly. Oh, you missed it in the first part. There is like a red explosive barrel on the other side of a canyon, and it exploded it exploded right under a pillar that was just so convenient that it made a bridge for us.
I'm gonna have to see that later.
Oh yeah, it's
what
really
do you mean?
funny.
He was always here.
This looks safe.
Yeah, you just have to wake up every once in a while.
I was surprised that he didn't see it though, because considering that we don't pay attention to the screen most of the time.
Exactly. Also, speaking of really dumb, we have a chase sequence here from the falling rubble. Okay, cool.
Then you go back.
No.
That's right, it looks like we can go backwards now.
Well, we can. So, how the chapters are structured in this game. So, there are 22 chapters in all, but they're not all 22 different locations. They just kind of... There's like a set number of chapters per location that you visit within this game. Yeah, and it's not like how it happened from the transition to Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, because it started off at a boat, and then we flew a plane to these jungles here. We'll just kind of stay in this jungly area for a while. Then we'll get to some water ruins in near the mid part of the chapter, and then I think we're back in... No, there's some abandoned old city that we come to, and that's how we end the... No, we end the chapter, we end the game back on another boat, so it's funny like that.
Yeah.
It all comes full circle, gang. Full circle. Yeah, it was kind of hard for me to actually really remember the settings of this game in particular, because we really just focused on the jungle aesthetic for the entirety of this game. It's like, this is something that at least the Uncharted trilogy does. I've never played 4, I don't know anything about that, except for like, I think Nathan and the love interest here are married. The love interest we met earlier in the game, then we'll see again not too long later. I think they got married, and then they're just chilling at their house because Nathan Drake decided to retire and then not retire by the end of the game. That's all I really know about Uncharted 4. I could be getting that wrong though. But besides the point, Uncharted 1 basically revolves around the jungle aesthetic, and then Uncharted 2 revolves around the ice mountains aesthetic, and then Uncharted 3 basically is like every other aesthetic you didn't explore in the first 2 games. Uncharted 3 decided to go, let's have like desert and like lava and everything else.
Yeah.
I think those are the 2.
We don't know what to do, but we're gonna do this.
And then a plain level, and then I think, and then another city level. It's basically everything that Uncharted 1 and 2 did not have. I feel like they did that really too because they weren't expected to make a grandiose finale, a fourth game after that, so they just wanted to have their cake and eat it too with that game specifically. Don't get me wrong, audience, I really like Uncharted 3, but that's just something that sticks out between the three games here. So with that said, just get used to seeing green a lot in this game.
My favorite color.
Exactly. Yeah. And another thing, so basically this cutscene here, yeah. Is it frozen for you?
No.
Yeah, my wife crapped out.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Will it come back?
Wait. Something about this.
I'll be back in a second.
Okay. Well, River figures out what his problem is here. Well, let's finally like establish some things about Uncharted. So basically, you can see how well the graphics are, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this basically means this really is just a playable movie. It really is, not to the extent of like say Heavy Rain, I guess, or some games like that where it's really just all cutscene and quick time events. It's not like that, obviously. But it really...
I love Heavy Rain, but yeah, that was a terrible way to play a game.
It was interesting, to say the least, I think. It had the kind of... it had a direction that it wanted to go, and just see, like, different outcomes would play in that game if you hit the quick time events correctly or not.
Yeah.
Like there are some...
That game had...
Yeah?
That game had a lot of potential, it just wasn't executed right.
Gotcha. Yeah, I haven't played it myself. I know that there's permadeath if you mess up a quick time event. So, oops. No more no more party character for you.
Yes, and the controls are so fucking weird. You hold down the right trigger to walk forward, and then you use the left stick to move directions.
Like a car?
Yeah. Oh, exactly like that.
I actually never knew that about that game.
At least on PS4 it's like that. I don't know about PS3.
I'd assume so, given that's like what, like a HD port, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd assume so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't assume like if there's some sort of HD port, they would like wouldn't change the controls too drastically unless it was like a whole different system altogether, like the Skyward Sword HD remaster.
Exactly what came to mind. That's what came to mind.
Like the Skyward Sword remaster, because that was originally for the Wii, so like every other control motion was a motion control thing, and so to port it over to Switch, they made some traditional adjustments to map the traditional controller scheme available.
I mean, I know the conversation about motion controls, and again, not about motion controls.
Yeah, well, as you'll see in this game, there's some like really oddly placed motion controls. I really don't know why they did it, because the other game scrapped them. So yeah, it's odd like that, but yeah. And also that jump that right there, Nate made the scream that it sounded like he would die from, but then he landed in the water, so he didn't die from it, which I found curious. I think there were some platforms you were supposed to traverse down from correctly, but I missed the jump altogether. Oh yeah, mash that triangle button, and then rotate that analog stick. Playable movie, everyone. Exactly.
You think this is a hidden loading screen?
Maybe, perhaps.
It could be like what Mirror's Edge does, yeah, because like there'll be parts in like in certain levels of Mirror's Edge, you'll have to like press a button and wait for a door to open, or like turn a valve to turn off something, and that's basically just an invisible loading screen because you have to wait for that to finish happening before you can continue playing.
I remember that, especially that one bullcrap moment in Mirror's Edge. What was it? The green level. Where
it was either the green level or the blue level.
I think it was the green level. It was that one level where like it felt very unintentional that like you had to take out all the enemies before you could actually traverse through, but it felt very unintentional.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like one valve right after the other or something like that, right?
Yeah. There's like two valve doors you have to open like one after another, and unless you kill all the enemies, you're basically dead by the time you open the first one.
Yep, I recall that, and that was not fun.
It really wasn't.
At least in this game, you're not running from anything whilst turning the valve. Oh wait, I take that back. Nope, there is a...
Here's another visible loading screen.
I take that back. There's a portion later in the game where you do have to take out all the enemies before you can actually progress through, because otherwise you die. So, yeah, there's that's a thing. Alright. So
Anyone realize how disgusting that water is?
How what?
Anyone realize how disgusting that water is?
Maybe.
He's just covered in gross shit from that water now.
Oh, were you talking about how filmy it looked?
Yeah, it had like, I don't know, just imagine water and an abandoned like sea thing.
And now he's magically dried off.
In the cutscenes, yeah. Like the amount of detail in this game, because like right there, if you do hop out of the water, your clothes will be wet, and then after a while you do dry off.
Looks like he was killed.
Yeah, I think they did a lot of detail with the graphics engine, especially for this early PS3 2007 game. It's just like, taking a look back at it, it looks really good for the time. I know, like...
Yeah, like, this actually does look like a pretty good game for being 2007.
Exactly. Because, like, nowadays, like, I'm still, because of the systems I own, I'm still used to this kind of graphical fidelity. And then, once Carlos showed us Devil May Cry 5 the other day, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot games look like this now.
Oh yeah, you only have like a PS3 and Switch. Like
I own a PS3, a 360, a Wii U, and a Switch.
I think I found
That's basically all I own.
What's your laptop?
Not a GTX 1080. That's what I can say. Okay, my Dell laptop is an Inspiron 15 7000 gaming.
Sullivan.
I don't know what any of those numbers mean.
Those numbers mean jack
None
shit.
of us do either.
Those numbers don't mean shit. That just makes there to make it sound cool.
Okay.
Numbers don't mean shit. They're just there to look good and important.
Okay. Yeah, I wondered, because I never peeled off any of the labels that I have on the laptop thingy.
All that matters is what shit it has inside. Actually, I don't know if there's a way to check what GPU you have inside.
Yeah, there's a way to do it in like the settings or something.
Yeah, there's a way to do it.
Oh,
We're gonna do it later.
And that's game over. Yeah, Nate didn't make it out in time. Oh, never mind. I guess that ending wasn't canon. I actually don't know what happens if you just stay on the boat while that bomb is going off. Because you can do that. That little run to the escape hatch was playable. So I don't know what would happen if you just decided to stay there.
Might have to try that next time.
Yeah, next time. Yeah, that'll be fun. Oh boy, this is where we meet the main bad guy of the game, Gabriel Roman. He's nothing to write home about, really. He's basically just your typical bad guy is bad, go stop. I'm just a real asshole, and I have this nice, like, really asshole-ish British accent that makes me the bad guy. Because basically...
My clothes are nice, therefore I am rich.
Exactly. Because basically...
Oh, that's easy.
Because basically Nate and Roman are after the same treasure, which in this game is it is El Dorado. Like, you guys have seen the DreamWorks movie El Dorado, right?
Yeah, but when I was like 5. Or like 5 or 8, so...
I think I might have heard the name before.
I remember in my 7th
I remember
grade.
Atlantis more fucking clearly than El Dorado.
I don't think I've ever seen Atlantis. But I
Yeah, this is
remember.
actually pretty good.
The Germans
I
were
remember
after the
my
same treasure,
7th grade
but
class
had
showed
nothing
us,
to do with it.
my 7th grade Spanish class showed us El Dorado for whatever reason. We never finished it.
It's because it fucking means the gold or
Come
some
on, leave
shit.
him out of it.
Yeah, don't you
It
guys
means
usually
the,
just take off
it's
a finger or
the,
something?
El Dorado basically means Lost City of Gold. Well, that's like how it's described. I don't know the actual meaning,
No,
but
just literally the gold.
like the description that they give in this game, because in the previous chapter that we were in when Nate and Sully's Nate's friend here, who just died, sad times. Yeah, there he is. Check his pulse.
It's just so sad.
Nope, I guess we're not checking his pulse. Oh well.
I mean, I don't think you have time when they have guns.
Yeah, and
Right.
they're shooting at you.
Like, you're telling me, oh hey, my friend is bleeding out and died. Let me check his pulse while people are trying to shoot at me. Point blank. At my head.
Reminds me of like some like old, like I don't know like what specifically the context is, but I think you might have seen it where it's like there's like a kid in front of a guy or something that like that's like choking or like pretending he's choking or something, and the guy's just going like, "Are you choking? Are you choking?"
Standoff reported to follow a couple of no-luck
No
tour robbers.
fucking shit, bruh!
Yeah.
Oh, that's hot, right there.
Oh, that's so hot.
Oh,
You're down to one tomb robber now. Yeah. We're
Exactly.
next if we don't get out of here.
Are they hinting that this might be a
Please
love
tell me
interest
you
at
have a
all?
gun.
Maybe. No.
No,
No.
not at all.
No, not at all. Who's
No.
It's like, I think the only female in this game is I don't know if we're gonna get up with her. Get. That's not how you say that. I
Get
don't know.
up.
Get up with her. What does that mean?
Get up with her.
It's like, she's the only female character in the game. We might end up dating by the end of the game. Who knows? I really don't know. She's the only female character in the game.
What would give you that idea?
Yeah, I don't know what would give me that idea.
They're shooting at you too, you know.
Never.
Never.
No, it is a common, and it is not always. That does not always happen.
No. But basically what I was saying, Bor, the justification that they give for like the description of El Dorado in this game, they realize that it's not a city of gold, it's actually a golden idol, and by idol is like a really large statue, because El Dorado I think means the man of gold or something like that. I really don't remember.
No.
Like L, right? Carlos can vouch for this because he's the brown person in the group. Like L is the male. I can't think of the word, but you know what I'm getting at, right?
Yeah. And
Stay close.
yeah, como el niño, la niña.
Yeah.
There's like L and la.
Like the not the prefix. It's been forever since I've been to a Spanish class because everything shut down. But basically, L means the, but it's the male, not prefix.
Yeah, it's usually used for when you're talking about a person.
Tell you
It's
later.
usually like used for males. And la, it's for females.
Right. Yeah, so they figured out like El Dorado really means the man of gold or something like that. And so really what we're after here is no longer a city, but a statue.
An idol. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, the statue will become our main plot MacGuffin in the game and why we traverse through this game in the first place. So as to make sure we can get all the riches before Gabriel Roman can.
To not use them.
To not use them, because as treasure hunters, as you do, just like Indiana Jones, right? They want to get rich off of this stuff. But just like Indiana Jones, there's a plot twist. Some here. There's like we figure out it's bad. I will not spoil that, but since
I mean, you say you would figure out it's bad means that it's something bad happens with it. Means that
Keep your head down.
fucking
These guys aren't messing around.
there's a fucking catch with
Die
it.
at the end of the game.
I would just die.
right, Cameron, are you alive?
Uncharted
Yes.
Future 4 never happened.
Gotcha. Yeah, since you had said you had watched Indiana Jones like yesterday.
Yeah,
Crystal Skull.
Right. So you know the formula of Indiana Jones. They're after the treasure, but the treasure is always something bad with it, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I remember one. I think this was Crystal Skull. I can't remember. I forget things easily. I think it was like the Nazis were also starting to get to it, and they tied Indiana Jones and some other lady up to a pole. And when they activated the thing, all of their faces melted off.
That was Raiders of Lost Ark.
Oh,
Lost Ark. There we go. Yeah, Lost Ark.
The Ark of the Covenant.
Yes.
Yeah, Ark of the Covenant. Yeah.
Basically.
Legit melted their fucking faces off.
Yeah, something similar happens here. So go figure. Yeah.
From Indiana Jones. I found out some recently about Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
His face is actually a mix of Harrison Ford and Johnny Knoxville from Jackass.
Really?
Yeah.
So if he looks familiar, that's why.
Yeah.
I never watched movies, so I wouldn't know.
And you bring up Johnny Knoxville and Jackass. They're actually making a fourth Jackass
This is the second
movie.
time we were saying this like in a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ethan wasn't here for that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Oh, right.
On the subject of
I died.
Jackass, how are they making another one? How can they live like that? I need to know how they can survive.
They've done it before. I feel like this is gonna be no different.
That's true. But they're like 40 and 50 now, so.
Oh
really?
yeah, about. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're
like in their 40s.
I never knew
Apparently, I've heard this new movie is they've gotten injured the most on it.
Oh god.
It makes sense because they're old and they're kind of broken now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They accumulate their debuff.
Over here,
So,
I think.
what the
Well, technically, Dunn's the only one missing out on this movie.
it's like
Well,
the more
bam,
like the more levels that you gain, your defense decreases.
You can wait, going back to
Here's one they have the most defense.
Yeah. I mean, not wrong.